So here in Cambridge, everything's made up of colleges. This is King's College, which is one of the more famous ones that you've seen probably in postcards and stuff. And each group of students lives in their colleges, and there's 30 or so around here. The famous ones are Trinity and St. John's and Emmanuel and a whole bunch of them, but this one's quite ornate. And as you walk in, there's courtyards and places to eat and a library, and they take a lot of their classes and studies here, which is called reading. They read history or read something, whatever topic they have. It's pretty cool. So this is the inner courtyard at King's College. Very typical. This is a very large one. Most of them are quite small and tiny, but they're pretty much like this. They have buildings where people eat and they sleep, and there's a library, and then they all often have a chapel attached to this. It happens to be quite a large chapel. But this is how students live their lives inside these colleges, and you belong to the college, which are independent. Again, some are rich, some are less rich, but you're attached to those and not necessarily to the university at large. So these are the famous punting boats which people punt up and down the Cam River here past all the colleges, which Cambridge is actually named after. And you ride them, and they have sticks. There's a person right over there about to head out. And you pole along the river. And this is so cold out right now, everybody's wears blankets and is all warm, and they take liquor with them on the punting. It's a really cool tradition. And you go past all the various colleges and all the bridges and stuff like that. And, the river has locks that you can punt back and forth and all over the place. It's really very charming. So we're here at the Judge Institute of Management Studies at Cambridge University. It's a new business school, and it has just about 150 students in it, and it's in an old hospital, a building that they renovated here, which is kind of cool. And this is where we're going to do our sessions, discussing Silicon Valley entrepreneurialism with the students here who are very interested in it. So now, this is the business school at Cambridge, which is a Judge business school. It's a really beautiful building. These are the entrepreneurs from around Cambridge who have come here to chat. It's the end of the program. It's turned out very well. It's interesting to see people from other technology clusters around the world. This building is kind of cool. My son said it looks like a candy factory, and it kind of does. It was an old hospital that they renovated into a business school. This is where all the chats have gone on over the past few days, which I think have been useful on both sides. It gives us a more global perspective, definitely companies I had never thought of, and gets the insights from the Silicon Valley people. And what's interesting is they're much more interested in mobile, and they think we're Facebook and social networking obsessed, which is entirely true. Okay, introduce yourself.
Oh, you want to film me?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, I'm John Snyder from Grape Shots, based here in Cambridge. We do behavioural technology to optimise click-through rates. We're getting about 1,000 to 2,000% improvements compared to
Wow. So tell me, what's it like to operate in Cambridge versus what are you learning about? What's it like here versus a Silicon Valley kind
Well, we've got great engineering talent, so I think our algorithms, our real technology is actually incredibly strong. We have a growing international outlook, so our biggest customer in the US is a company called VeriSign. They use us to process millions of websites, but I'm actually looking out east, so spending more time in China. We've signed up with one of China's largest mobile ad networks, so we're actually deploying our behavioral
So what's difference from behaving in Cambridge versus, say, a Silicon Valley from your perspective?
I think Silicon Valley, it seems like everyone's very well networked. We were talking about venture capitalists almost creating the story, the element of conspiracy about lining the deals up and building those relationships. I think we lack that degree of intensity of relationship. But I think in terms of product and technology, we've got some good stuff. So the difficult problem is route to market and building up your channel.
Okay, we're here with another company. What's the name of the company?
Cambridge Temperature Concepts.
And explain it really briefly, what it does.
We make the world's easiest to use and most accurate ovulation detector.
Right, using what? Explain.
It uses body basal temperature is the main thing that it measures. You can also input a lot of other things like ovulation, pain, and cervical
So it's by a patch. Let's see your patch.
Yeah, so
let me see.
Got a little patch there.
Right, you got a patch.
Yeah, now that's just a test patch at the moment.
Okay, it's not so pretty.
I'm testing the adhesives. But that's how it works.
Right.
And then you have this little handheld reader.
Right.
That you basically scan out your data.
Right. And then
only when you are concerned that you want to get pregnant.
Right. Exactly.
So you get a text message on your phone. It tells you that this week you might want to look.
Right.
The rest of the month you forget about it.
Right. Right.
So that's the convenience aspect.
Right.
And because of the temperature measurement element and the fact that we measure 20,000 points a night instead of 1,
right,
then the accuracy is just so much better.
Because it's fun. So you're trying to introduce yourself.
Okay, Bango's a company that works.
What's your name first?
I'm Ray Anderson, CEO of Bango.
Okay, Bango. Like the name. What does it do?
It's a company that helps people who've got mobile content get it out to users who've got internet-enabled mobile phones.
So here in the UK, that's a big deal in Europe because they use mobile phones.
That's right. So we have about 25 million users around the world, and about several thousand customers. So we have big guys like Disney, Universal, Sony, BMG, News Corporation at the top end, and then we have middle-sized companies, but excitingly we have lots of very, very small companies who are using us to get content out to
mobiles. So what kind of content would it be?
All forms, pictures, videos, all genres, music.
Now the US market's not as big in the mobile space as Europe is, for example.
It's big, but it has a different model. In the US, the carriers are much more controlling about what goes on.
Really? We hadn't noticed, we call them the Soviet ministries there.
Exactly. So you've obviously, you've written lots of interesting articles about
indeed.
that. Exactly.
No, stay right there. You guys. So how's it going here at Cambridge?
It's going well.
Ellen Levy, Sherry, introduce yourself.
Sherry Q2, serial entrepreneur.
So how do you think this went, this little interaction between Silicon Valley and Cambridge?
I think it went well.
Why? Come on, a little bit more information.
The feedback that we've had from the students has been that it's given them lots of ideas about the way that they can approach businesses and starting up businesses, and then they are more likely to want to start up a business afterwards.
Right.
And from the academics that we also involved in a lot of the projects, they've said that it's given them some valuable contacts to go forward. And for the CEOs, you're here in the scrum right now.
Right.
The feedback is
You're here in the scrum right now.
Right,
and
exactly.
Ellen has some great feedback from her last session. She's going to tell you.
Right. Go ahead, Ellen.
Yes, we talked about boards and advisory boards and how wildly different the cultures are, and everyone was exchanging how-to lists. So even that as an example.
So do you think you've made Silicon Valley a little more global?
Absolutely.
Because we're not very global, are we?
Not as much as we should be, I think.
Right, exactly. Because we're the best, right?
Well, that was part of the idea. That's why Silicon Valley comes to the UK. Was part of it, is we need to pop out and see what else is going on.
Great. Well, thank you so much. See you later.